okay at this face. Recognize her? Now, pause for a second, because once the world knew a completely different person. Same life, same history, same legacy, but a completely different identity. Caitlyn Jenner didn't just change her appearance. She changed how the entire world perceived her existence. And that's where things get dangerous. Because most people think transformation is about courage. It's not. The real challenge begins after the transformation is complete. When the cameras don't stop. When expectations multiply. When people stop seeing you as human and start seeing you as a statement. So here's the uncomfortable question. What happens when you finally become who you believe you are, but the world turns that into something you can't control? Stay with me, because this is not just a story about identity. This is about pressure, perception, and the cost of being seen. Before the transformation, there was control, structure, discipline, achievement, a life built on precision, an Olympic champion, a symbol of strength and masculinity. Someone the world looked at and thought, that's what success looks like. And for a long time, it worked. The fame was real. The respect was earned. The recognition was global. But here's what people don't understand. You can build a life that looks perfect and still feel disconnected from it. You can win every external battle and still be fighting something internally. And that internal tension doesn't disappear. It grows, quietly, silently, until it reaches a point where it demands to be addressed. And then came the decision. Not a small adjustment, not a temporary phase, a complete shift in identity. And once that decision was made public, everything accelerated. The world reacted instantly. Support came fast, but so did judgment. And here's what changed the most. This was no longer a private journey. It became a global conversation, debated, analyzed, questioned. And once that happens, you lose control of how your story is told. Now ask yourself honestly, can you handle your truth when millions of people start interpreting it differently? After the reveal came something even bigger than before. Attention, more intense than ever. Interviews everywhere. Magazine covers. Global headlines. But here's the twist. This time, the attention wasn't just about success. It was about identity. And identity is something people feel strongly about, which means opinions multiply and expectations become heavier. She was no longer just a person. She became a symbol, a representation of something bigger than herself. And when you become a symbol, you don't get to be inconsistent. You don't get to be imperfect. You don't get to be quiet. Now, think carefully. Do you really want that level of visibility? Or do you just want the benefits without the pressure? Then came the shift in perception. Not disappearance, not failure, but division. Opinion split. Support became conditional. Criticism became louder. Because the world doesn't stay in one mindset forever. It evolves. It questions. It challenges. And when public perception changes, control disappears. And this is the part most people don't prepare for. It's not the transformation that's hard. It's maintaining your identity under constant scrutiny. Here's the truth people avoid. Changing your external life does not guarantee internal peace. It can bring alignment. It can bring clarity. But it can also introduce new pressure. Because now, you're responsible not only for yourself, but for how the world sees you. And the more visible you become, the harder it is to separate who you are from what people expect you to be. If you're watching this, this is where it matters. First, living your truth requires courage, but sustaining it requires strength. Second, the world will always react. That's not in your control. Third, attention amplifies everything, including pressure. Fourth, identity is fragile when it becomes public. Protect it. And finally, transformation is not the end of the struggle. It's the beginning. So let me leave you with this. If tomorrow you could become exactly who you believe you're meant to be, would your life become easier? Or would it become more complicated than you ever imagined? Backend index pointing down, comment below.